Izzati Shafika as your moderator for Forum LGBT today.
I am SK1. I am a psychologist.
Hi, I am Yuri Shwada. I am Penetri. I am as a volunteer from PT Foundation. Assalamualaikum, I'm Nur Hafizah binti Abdul Halim. I'm as a Penetri and as a victim of LGBT.
Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. A very good morning. So today we want to make a forum on hot topic about LGBT. So before that, let me introduce myself. My name is Izzati Shafika as a moderator for the forum today. So let me introduce the panels for today. We have Dr. Nur Akila Nawai, the psychologist from Hospital Sungai Buloh. And the right side from Dr. Akila is Ustazah Nuri from PT Foundation Health Center. And the last one, the last panel is Miss Nur Hafizah as the victim of LGBT. So, as we all know, LGBT is stand for lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender. So, in this kind of case, the golden question is, how is actually a person can get into LGBT? So, can we have Dr. Nur Akila to share a little bit about her experience handling her patients that involved in LGBT, please?
Thank you, Izzati, as moderator. Assalamualaikum and good morning. Today, I want to talk about how I handle LGBT patient as a psychologist. During the session, the patient usually show that they regret before they tell all their story to me. They involved in this because they want to try something new that they never done before. First, they start to develop their feeling when both of them show that they care and love toward themselves. Alright. So they want to feel in love because they want to try something new that, as I said before, they want to know how to be in love with the same gender. So, as a psychologist, I try to calm down them. We try to slow talk with them and say this is not their fault and they are not useless. There is in a research, according to Dr. Daniel Sainer, he said that a long time ago there is a scientist did a research that say LGBT is formed by the genetic, but after 25 years later, a research has been made again by scientists and proved that it's not because of genetic. However, the way to overcome that, we have to let them know that they are not alone and there is a lot of people still love them and care about them. Furthermore, we try to give encouragement for them to leave this kind of unhealthy activity. Then we have to stay alert to them, like asking them how are they doing today, have you had eaten? So by doing this kind of conversation, they will know that we will know what they're doing every day in their daily life. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Akila. It's such a knowledgeable sharing from you. Talking about the research from Dr. Daniel Sainer, now it has been proven that LGBT is not because of genetic. So let me give a short summary about Dr. Daniel Sainer quotes, which is science is important, but it is not everything. So we need to open our eyes. Now we have known on how a person can get into LGBT, but people in Malaysia, including me, is actually wondering on how where is the place, the perfect place, the actual place for the people who stuck in LGBT, who wants to to help themselves, to cure themselves from this problem, to refresh themselves from the dark life of their life. So here we go. Can we have Ustazah Nurin from PT Foundation Help Center to share about the information that the place that you have been working in? So please.
Sure. By the way, Assalamualaikum. Thank you, our moderator for today, Izzati. I am one of the volunteers as a counsellor at PT Foundation Malaysia that previously as Pink Triangle Sdn Bhd, which is community-based and voluntary non-profit making organisation. For your information, PT Foundation is a health-centered community in Malaysia that strives to be a leading community-based organisation in Malaysia working with key affected population on HIV and AIDS, gender identity and sexual health, providing information, advocacy, HIV, prevention, care and support service. PT Foundation works with key affected populations such as sex workers, transgender, community, Lgbt, men who sex with men, which is MSM, people using drugs and people living with HIV to drag them back and give motivate. We include the family and partners of people living with HIV and children of the key population in our service. PT Foundation has also developed specific programs targeting the most urgent needs of the community that we serve, like community healthcare center and LGBT program. As a counsellor at PT Foundation, what we want to achieve for LGBT is to obtain an accurate information, counselling and social support so that they are be able to make more information, move and responsible decision on their sexual orientation and identity. Thank you.
Alright, thank you so much, Ustazah Nurin. May the center really be an effective method to help those people who stuck in this problem. Talking about those people, how about we lend our ears to know and listen gingerly about the victim's own experience with LGBT life. So let me please, Mr. Hafizah.
Okay, Assalamualaikum, and thank you to our moderator because give me a chance to share about my story. Okay, first of all, I was one of the victims in LGBT life in my past. In the beginning, I started in LGBT life after I have friend, then I with her in whole day. We were almost share everything together, such as go to the class, hang out, and also we always share our problems together. She really caring about me and ensure that everything about me is everything will okay. Along the friendship, we track our friendship wrongly and have done something that I realize that Allah will not happy what I do in my life. At the first, we just do slightly activities like holding hands, sleep beside, and so on. But we feel more comfortable and do not ever think about sin, and because of that, we become a lesbian couple. I always feel sorry and disappointed about what I did in my past life. And sometimes I feel very disappointed, but when I meet with my partner, my feeling is gone and I'm just enjoy with that feeling. That's why I cannot get out from my life in LGBT. Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Nurhafizah. It is quite sad yet striking story you have taught us. Okay, it needs a real courage and to share your dark story about your life. But no worries, everything happens for a reason, and there is much a way to get out from this problem, as written and stated in Quran in Surah Al-Inshirah, sentence 3 and 4. Every difficulty has a solution. So buckle up. Alright, move to Q&A session. I want to, can I have Ms. Nurhafizah one more time to start the Q&A session? Ms. Nohafiza, you can be a better person and hopefully can recover from LGBT life. So can I know what is the real step and courage that you need or you have done it in order to get out from your dark life?
Okay, thank you again, Miss Izzati. Okay, actually until now I'm still feel guilty and shame what I have done. And also I feel very shame to Allah and my parents of course. I always had dreams about my past, about what I have do in every night. That time I realized about my sin and very afraid that Allah did not accept my apologize. And of course I afraid if Prophet of Muhammad did not accept me as his people. And hereafter, I afraid if I cannot meet my parents. At that time, I started stay away from my dark life, from my friends, and I feel more relief when I did not meet them. At that point, I start increasing my prayer, my iman, and also I made experience Saza to help me, to bring me to the right way. And I think this is the experience Saza really helped me in my way to get out from dark side. So I want to ask Saza Nurin. I'm very curious about something. What side of Islam in LGBT?
Thank you, Ms. Nohafiza, for the interesting questions. First of all, Islam strongly rejected LGBT, as in Islam is a big sin for human being to do that. Who is doing is labeled as disobeying Allah's commands. You must know that God has made us perfectly as a man and woman ourselves, that actually has a great blessing behind it, to be learned and grateful. For those who are in LGBT, we get punished. If it's not here, hereafter will. Attitude toward LGBT people and their experience in the Muslim world has been influenced by religious, legal, social, political and cultural history. Some hadith collection also condemn homosexual and transgender act, prescribing death penalty for male homosexual intercourse. The hadith said, "We have created you from male and female and made you peoples and tribes that you know one another." That's all from me, and I want to ask Dr. Akila Nawayi about why do people involved in LGBT but they not prefer to come out?
Thank you, Ustazah Nurin, for the question. From this question, it's usually people ask this. Some of them not prefer to go out because they're afraid with people surrounding them. They usually feel like they are not part of the community, so they attempt to live in their own world. Besides that, they think that they are not part of the community, as I said. So, as example, I will talk about this issue that happened in Singapore. A gay couple, they prefer not to go out because they don't want to be ashamed by the community, and they're afraid that their parents or their family will be critiqued because of them. So they like to live in their own world, do their own thing, and just stick with the daily life. So this situation is seriously dangerous because they don't know what happened outside their own knowledge, so they just keep doing that, so they don't even have yes. So I suggest for people who have seen them with this symptom, just help them, because they really need help, but they don't really want to find help because they will feel ashamed about this. Thank you.
Alright, And with that, we now has jumped into our end of conversation. Thank you so much, IB, to the three panelists, Dr. Akila, our psychologist, Ustazah Rumi, the best volunteer from PT Foundation, and our strong and brave victim, Miss Nur Hafiza. Each of you have a really great and priceless experience. The world will be pleasured to have people like you guys in the community. Now it's time to sum up our whole story. We have heard all the ideas, the thoughts, and the solutions, and so on of LGBT. So in this case, I can conclude that everything happens, have the factors, everything happens, have the effects, and everything happens, have the solutions. But the most importantly, everything happens for a specific reason. As the quote said, something that happened have a blessing in disguise. So now what we can do as a human being, as a friend, as a family, do not ever use negative words to them, do not bash them, and the most importantly, do not leave them alone. What we need to do is, we need to care about them, motivate them, to them to get better. Even Prophet Muhammad SAW do not ever hurt his people with his words, but get them back on track, to the right path. So I close this session with a quote from Dr. Daniel Zainal. A good behavior will open the heart, but a bad behavior will close the heart. So be the person, be the people that have a pure heart. Thank you very much.